I'd like to call to order this regular board meeting for the month of April 2022. First item is remote attendance, but since we have all 5 commissioners here, there's no need for that. Second item is to accept or amend the agenda for the evening. And there is a suggested adjustment to the agenda in order to move new business item A up just after public comment. Is there a motion to do that?
So moved.
Second.
That's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the point? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call starting with Roger.
Aye.
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 Okay, and that carries unanimously. And we can now move on to public comment. Is there anyone here from the public wishing to address the board tonight? I see no indication of that. Are there any new staff introductions to be made?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, okay, we would expect you to be.
Sometimes we have interns and other
Yeah,
part-time folks
okay.
that are in with us for the summer.
All righty, then having adjusted the agenda, we're on to new business item A, the health and wellness update.
Great. Well, tonight, we have some new information we wanted to share. Wanted to have a time to update the board, certainly talk about where we are in our health and wellness planning process. Scott Berger's here from Farnsworth Group, and will come up and join us. We can walk through some of the drawings and the budgets, but just to kind of recap where we were, obviously we had a time to sit down with CORE last week and kind of get an update on where we were with the cost estimate based on the square footage plan and design that we had come up with to date. Obviously, we were surprised when the estimates came in quite a bit higher than we had anticipated. I think we shared that certainly with the board, and we've shared it with the foundation. At least they're aware of that situation. So our goal as staff team was to go and see what we could pull together that would keep the basic program and the plan and get us into budget or near budget. So we have a couple of different scenarios we wanted to walk through. I think it's fair to say we need every source of the income that we've identified for this project. Obviously, getting all those sources to work cooperatively without any roadblocks or challenges certainly will have its own set of issues, and we'll have to cross that as we continue. But we're starting to reach out both to the park people. We want to get our information together so we can submit our stuff as soon as possible to the DCO to make sure that we are on track to get that grant agreement. And then we continue to lobby the mayor and the city council for help with the ARPA grant or the funds through the ARPA program. And all of that kind of needs to be done as soon as possible because we're kind of sitting on that park grant deadline, which is October of 2023. So that's kind of nagging and gnawing at us. We were able to reach out to leadership at IDNR to just see, do we have our grant administrator? We're already concerned about being behind schedule. Should we do anything? Can you help us? And we got reconnected with our grant administrator. So we'd like to set up a time and kind of walk through this and see if they can help us put this all back together in a very timely fashion. So with that, I'll pause. If there's any immediate questions, certainly we could answer them, but I think more of it that relates to where we're going to go and where we're headed will probably be in the slides that are coming up. So that's kind of where we are. Obviously, Thursday is our foundation dinner. I've talked with the mayor. She's aware of our, price situation, and she's working on our behalf. She reached out to Scott Bennett, Senator Bennett, today. We're going to be meeting with him next week. We had that already pre-planned. But trying to get everyone in the know, anybody that could help us, anybody that could be influential or help us in a tight spot as we go, we're trying to line up all of that now. So our goal is that we could still deliver a wonderful facility that would have our key program elements and be a wonderful addition to that part of Urbana and meet what our indoor recreational needs and community needs are. So I think we have some good information. We appreciate the work Farnsworth has done in a tight fashion to turn it around. And I think our goal tonight would be to agree that we're headed in the right direction. I think the staff opinion is we really need to nail down the money sources, because that'll kind of tell us what we can actually build. You know, we don't think we'll have much time or more success trying to fundraise on the personal, private side in the next few months. Certainly, we're not done, and people are still working on that behalf. But it's really, can we get all the sources we've identified, and can they fit into this program? And then ultimately, which of the options, you know, can we afford to buy? All right, with that, I'll turn it over to staff. Anything else to add or
I'll just add,
background?
that, you know, on Friday, this news is all very recent, but on Friday, we reviewed some preliminary numbers with the Finance Committee in terms of where we're at today. Scott joined us and indicated he'd already begun working with CORE on some revised concepts. Actual funds that we have in hand right now today are approximately $11.3 million. And that's our 2 grant sources. It does not reflect ARPA. If we're successful in getting the $2.5 million in ARPA that's being discussed, we'd be at $13.8 million. And so we provided Scott with those numbers, and he's been working with CORE. He's here to present 4 concepts they've worked up that touch those ranges in terms of what we might be looking at with our current funds. And needless to say, it's more critical than ever that we try to secure some ARPA funds, because it'll really help us touch our full program. So